I grew up playing a lot of Harvest Moon games, long before it was rebranded to Story of Seasons. I played a few Rune Factory games too, and I love both series and have some serious nostalgia for them. So when looking through the Nintendo eShop sales, I noticed this game called Sugardew Island. I thought, well, maybe that's a cute, tongue-in-cheek way of referencing the likes of Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon. And it was only about 14 bucks, so, why not? Well, I'm about to tell you why not, because I feel like I completely wasted 14 bucks on this pile of Sugardew Island. You'd think it'd be perfect for me. I mean, it even has sugar in the name. It was made for me. Probably by my worst enemies, but still. It appears on your Switch with this thumbnail that elicits feelings of a cheap mobile game, and remember I said that because this will be important shortly. First impressions started pretty good, actually. It's got this cute little animation, and it's already over. Okay, maybe they didn't have enough time or budget for more animation. That's fine, I get it. But again, with cheap mobile game vibes when I look at this main menu. Okay, not gonna judge it yet. Let's just start a new game. It's the game itself I care about, right? Right. So I make my character and start, and I'm greeted by a charming little storybook opening explaining that a long time ago on this island, the harmony between animals, humans, and nature spirits gave birth to a seed that would grow into something called the Harmony Tree after it was cultivated by the inhabitants, all working together. One day, without any explanation, the humans wanted to cut down the Harmony Tree because they were overcome with greed and corruption like they were a 47th president of the United States. The animals were all scared of this sudden change in the people, so the animals fled the island, and I don't know how exactly a bunch of land-dwelling mammals managed to flee an island, but sure. Only a single chimera-like creature stayed behind in opposition to the humans, a creature that's implied to be magical and can also talk, by the way. It's not really explained how, but this act of opposition caused great thorns to engulf the tree and everything around it. Again, I'm filling in a lot of blanks with conjecture here, and the people were also driven from the island, leaving only the forest-dwelling nature spirits. I think. It's not really mentioned what happened to them exactly, but the single chimera was left alone on the island, hoping that one day, harmony can be restored. We are a normal-ass person who left their old life behind to set out on a tiny rowboat in search of some kind of adventure. A freak storm happens upon us, and we wash up on that very island. We wake up, get a very short rundown of the story of the island from this mysterious forest dweller who gives us the only farmland and shop on the island, and we're off to the forest for more explanation. It turns out that the thorns are actually the thorns of disharmony and happen because of the conflict between humans and animals and such. The thing I mentioned earlier. We hear the voice of the chimera thing,
that person, Edward,
trapped inside the tree, and get a feel for the main gameplay loop here. You come here, you get a quest, you do it, and come back. This place is divided into several different islands, and these are not islands! Also, why is there separate paths for each animal if it's all one big connected ring? Why have these distinctions? Okay, getting ahead of myself here. First, I need to talk about the fact that this game looks like an early Wii or 3DS title and runs like a poorly optimized early PS2 title. The level of jitter and pop-in is nauseating. Why is there character proximity tied pop-in if you have a fixed isometric angle to the camera? Yeah, this game, it's optimized about as well as a 90-year-old man's prostate. It runs terribly at a rock-solid 15 frames, featuring all the low resolution and pixelated faces and shadows you could ever want. What was I talking about? Oh right, the gameplay. So yeah, we have Bunny Island, Piggy Island, Deer Island, Ferret Island, and Owl Island. Each has 5 levels of quests that are all the same thing, earn a certain amount of harmony. How does one do that, you may ask? Why, capitalism, of course. You gain harmony by collecting things and selling them at the shop the old man gifted you. You sell them to the forest spirits that you otherwise never see or interact with in exchange for Sugardew. We get actual possession of the farm and such. I name the farm Michael because, I don't know. And I need help sorting this premise out. So, okay, the reason this mass exodus happened and these evil thorns popped up all over it was because the humans got greedy and corrupt. So the solution is to set up a shop and sell things to the spirits so you can gain revenue. You can even try and upsell to them with high-pressure sales tactics. Tell me if you see the contradictions here. This story is absolute nonsense, and these characters are all so boring and full of nothing interesting. Oh, by the way, you interact with a total of 6 characters in the entire game. None of it is interesting. So what is there to do here? We can plant and harvest crops to sell, collect materials to upgrade our stuff, and also sell, pull weeds to also sell. There's a quest that these 4 spirits give you on the bulletin board, but they don't do anything other than reward you with some more Sugardew and some friendship with these pieces of walking cardboard, but the required items for each request is so high, it's not even remotely worth it. Actually, I discovered very quickly there is no reason to do much of anything in this game. You get 1 harmony per item sold. Weeds are sellable items that refresh in huge numbers every day and cost very little stamina to pluck. I'm sure you see where this is going for me. Aw yeah, selling weeds, baby. I am business. That's right, you dumb fucks, buy my actual garbage. So, selling stuff. How does it work, Sugar? You might be asking. Well, you remain unable to move behind this counter while you wait and watch the 4 spirits slowly make their selections and bring them to the counter. Then you press A. Sometimes they'll be indecisive and you have to choose how to sell them on the item, but otherwise that is all. You just stand there, press A. Working actual retail was more fun and interesting than running this shop. You can open the shop once per day and close it whenever you want, and also you can only be on 1 quest at a time, and also you can't earn any more harmony until you turn in the completed quest. Let me explain that. Each quest, if you can call them that, requires only that you obtain a certain amount of harmony and then turn it into the tree. Say a quest requires you bring 75 harmony. You hit that goal while running the shop, and then even if you sell more, you can't earn more harmony until you turn in the quest. This is incredibly tedious and infuriating padding. Just let me bank up harmony and turn in a bunch at once. This game is ass. Okay. Also, why are there dialogue choices for every single text box? They add nothing and have no consequence, so why have these? Why did that require a loading screen? Why does my wrist dislocate itself every time I water something? I swear this game is like a digital stroke. Oh, by the way, the stamina meter does nothing. All that happens if you run out is you're not able to perform another action. You don't pass out, you don't lose items, you have 0 consequences for working your character to complete exhaustion. So let's look at the map. Surely there's more to the game than... This is the entire game, oh no. Wait, Farm Island, Forest Island, Deer Island. These are not islands, that's not how islands work. This is one solid land mass. Oh hey look, our boat. Looks like the old man repaired it too. Can we use that to maybe go places? No, we cannot. I hate this. I can't even walk into the ocean and drown myself, but I can stroll along the beach and admire the wonderful shadows and details. Look at those pixels. This game was $15 on sale. I went to turn in a quest, got a meaningless cutscene that added nothing to my experience, and when it ended, my model was just gone. I could still interact with the tree and the menus, but nothing else. I restarted and continued on with this slog. At this point, it's been about 2 hours. All I can think is how badly I wish I was playing Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley. And all my notes say is, over and over again, I feel nothing. This entire game feels like a cheap, rip-off mobile game that was ported to the Switch with all the care and effort of a Unity asset flip. It's infuriating because there obviously was some level of care here. The UI is somewhat stylized, the opening animation looked good, the storybook opening was charming enough, yet it feels so empty and I feel numb playing it. I'm definitely not having fun, but not necessarily angry about playing it either. It gives me the same feeling as doing my taxes or eating dry toast. And my game crashed. That's it, I'm calling it. I wasted $15 after tax on this, and I'm not letting it sponge up my valuable time or sanity. This game is the same 2 or 3 tedious tasks over and over with nothing of any interest whatsoever. No personality, no intrigue, and no clear reason to exist at all. If this was a passion project or something from a single dev, Don't sell this damn thing for more than 99 cents. Certainly not $20 when not on sale. Also, maybe just don't sell the beta build of your game at all. Also, maybe put some kind of effort into optimizing your quote-unquote game for the systems you're putting it out on. I'm deleting this off my Switch with great prejudice and resuming playing Mario plus Rabbids because I like actually having fun when I'm playing a game. Thank you and good night. A moment of your time, please. I'd like to thank all my Patreon and Discord people for all the support and love, both financially and morally, and I'd also like to say that you can add your support for as little as $2 a month as of right now. Links to the Patreon and some other goodies are in the description below. I've got some big changes and projects coming up, so if you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button. I upload all kinds of stuff from animations I make to experimental videos like my Pikmin 4 Piccolopedia ASMR video, and also stuff like this. Now, until next time, remember to sow harmony through high-pressure sales tactics, and I love you all.